Give me a second. It's kind of loading up.
Yeah.
One apple, we not gonna say nothing to it.
All right. So here's the video. The guy's basically showing how powerful words are, even to any living object.
3 apples. One apple, we not gonna say nothing to it. The second apple, we gonna talk cash shit. I'm talking about say the most vile, evil shit you can say to this apple. The third apple, straight love. Just straight, you talking like you trying to, you trying to holler. You know what I'm saying? Straight love to this apple. Watch what happens. Watch what happens when you do this. I did this experiment at Prima some years ago, right? And I had this 5-star colonel used to come there, and we did it. I have all my customers. I'm like, look, man, talk shit to this apple. We had it in a cup. Talk love to this apple. By week 4, the one that we was talking trash to completely decayed. Look crazy. The other apple we was talking love to looked better than it did when we got it. And then the apple that nobody said anything to, it kind of got soft a little bit. It wasn't decayed like the one that we was talking cash shit to though.
Right.
So I think what was interesting was the colonel's perception of that. And I think it hurt him because I think he went down, because you know in the military, you talk a lot of shit to these soldiers.
Right.
And I think it made him kind of realize how much pain he caused
by
talking cash shit to these people in hopes that it creates whatever the whole purpose of it is to create.
Write that down. That's a crazy clip, bro. What the? I've never heard that, bro. So are you physically saying it or
physically?
Oh, got you.
Matter of fact, my wife would piss me off. I just grab the apple, like everything I would say to her, I would say to the apple, and put it back. And I would have other people talk shit to the apple. We would talk love to the other apple. But you got to have one apple you don't say nothing to. That's the control. So when you do this experiment, you will understand how powerful your words are, especially for my folks that got kids. Don't be saying no vile mean shit to your kids, man. Cause your words are like bullets and it's penetrating their soul. You gotta understand that. When you talking cash shit, calling them stupid or dumb or bad or whatever it is we say sometimes out of anger, that is penetrating their soul. And you don't want to do that.
That's deep, bro. I never heard that.
Especially for relationships. If you got people, if you in a relationship with your loved ones and y'all talking trash to each other, stop doing that.
All right. Now, I think that was beautiful. And I want to add a little bit more to it. It's not just with an apple, people. This shit works with everything. This works well. I've seen people do this experiment. You can do this with water and the waves will react differently, of course, depending on what it is you're saying to it. Even a tree, like if it's a tree, if you're talking bad to the tree will move away from you. If you're saying good things to it, it'll come towards you. So what do all of these things have in common? They're all made of water. And the thing is, us as the body, us as flesh, you know, we're 70% water. So think about it. When we attack each other with the hateful things that we say, we're doing the same thing, people. We're making each other decay, just like that apple when we talk down on each other like that. And this is for both genders. Men, when we talk about our women being hoes and all that and stuff like that, we're riding in them. We're making them worse. It's only going to get worse. So perhaps more uplifting. And you know, this is including myself, because you know, I got times where I might be a little hard and say some stuff that not too pleasing. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable on it as well. But I mean, I just thought this experiment was very, you know, interesting and revealing. And then, you know, the same can be said for our sisters when you're trashing the men, telling them they ain't shit. That you know, you broke and you all that. Yeah, it's gonna get worse. It's hard to overcome when all of that negative energy is rushing you like that. Think about it. We're the only group that do that to each other. I'm not saying that, you know, whites, Hispanic, and Asians don't do it as well. I don't think they do it nearly to the degree that we do it to each other. So we got to keep that in mind. Anybody can go ahead and share what they want. I know the comment section is getting active.
I see that at 13 comments. Yeah, it's good to hear that brother did a great job. I'm familiar with that experiment. There's been different versions of it, but his version was spot on. And everything you added added to it, Jamie, was good too. Once we know that stuff, I just pray we hold ourselves accountable. You know, we aiming our pain at people. And like that, when that brother said that part, it's like you shooting a bullet through somebody's soul. And like you said, Jamie, we 70% water. To know that's what you're doing. You know how when you learn something, you know something, you consciously held accountable at it. So I don't think a lot of people realize that's what they're doing. And that was I'm starting to pull up some of the stuff he said. Dog, every military sergeant I've ever seen, you know, that's their behavior. They're screaming, yelling. So for him to get to that part that it actually affected the military, sergeant, that was deep too, because that's what we pretty much know them for. You know, so yeah, it's a destructive vibration. To keep it brief, it's a negative, destructive vibration. And if you can stay out of the way of that shit, I know I do my best too, and I encourage others to do as well.
For me, I mean, I don't know nothing about the science or anything like that. As far as us talking to each other, I mean, I can't help but to think if they curse you out, if they talk to you a way that you don't agree with, don't align with your values, why you talking to them? I can't get past that.
Right.
To me, it's just that easy. Somebody talking to you a way that you don't agree with, that you don't like, maybe you get in one chance, you address it, you say, you know, I don't appreciate that. I don't tolerate that. That's a deal breaker for me. Explain it however you got to explain it. But after they do it again, ain't y'all done?
What if it's your parents, though? Think about that from that perspective.
Ain't y'all done?
Your parents?
The girl just said that her mama did to her.
No. Let me be more specific. The parents while you're a minor.
Well, as a minor, you ain't got no say.
Right. And I think that's very demoralizing to us on what you come up to be.
Children don't get says. You get a say when you get grown. Do what your mama tell you to do.
But us knowing this knowledge, but especially for those that do have minor children, be mindful of the next time you're angry at that child. I'm just going to say something that I know is very common in the Black community. And unfortunately, this is something that the single mothers say to their children. Boy, you ain't gonna be nothing. You just like your father. I know a lot of other Black men can contest to this, that you've heard. You don't understand what you're doing to that child by doing that, saying that.